So, difference makers, this is a little bit different of a time and of a being able to kind of process like what's going on and what's going on in our business and making decisions for our company, making decisions for our employees. And I just wanted to acknowledge that from a therapy background, there's a period of time where you're actually in a state of grief and loss almost from what the life that you used to have and moving into this new life. And there's a lot of opportunities within that life, but there's also that space and time for, processing it. So I don't know why my glasses seem so crooked. Good news is they're working fine from my eyesight. So when you're mourning through this loss and through this change, things that can help are gratitude to be able to respect the life and the places that you've been and what's gotten you to where you are now. And that strong individual, that smart individual, that brilliant individual that will no doubt find a way through this next chapter. And then there's also this unknown loss, right? Because we're not quite through all of this and through this change. And I did a talk earlier today about kind of the therapeutic perspective versus like the professional perspective of a change management professional, and making sure that when we get caught up in this reactive moment of moment-to-moment response and just kind of firefighting, and I guarantee that most of us have felt that way for the past couple weeks, taking a moment to like curl your toes up on the carpet or in the ground, in the grass, and just say, where am I at right now and how am I feeling, can be so beneficial. Because when you don't take the time to mourn or grieve or loss, there are consequences down the road where you're not quite sure where these feelings are coming from, but they're deep-seated, and without creating that space to really acknowledge the kind of severity and the emotional toll and the mourning cycle and the grief stages, then you can set yourself up for a pretty serious, I'm not going to say breakdown, but definitely it can contribute to a higher risk of stress, anxiety, and burnout. And when you're thinking about this, you're thinking, well, this is a crisis. Well, within every crisis, there is the life that was, the life that is, and the life that will be. And, in therapeutic relationships, like for think about like a divorce, there's a mourning period of this relationship and this marriage and this life that we once had, and then there's this hope and future for this life that we are moving towards. And it's a balance, because without accurate respect and reflection and acknowledgement of what was, you're really not creating space for what will be and what's coming up. And I would invite you, don't harp on it, or don't feel like I'm telling you to just dwell in the past, but go through some exercises to be able to acknowledge that past life and what you loved about it and what worked for you. Because remember that we're moving into a stage of life where you'll be able to choose what aspects that you add back to your life as we reintegrate back into a more traditional social setting, or not. It could look completely different, but what do you want for your life? And without reflection back to what was present in your life that worked for you and what was present that didn't, and that doesn't exist right now, and that's okay, because we're moving forward and the only constant really is change. I don't think that it's possible to really have an appreciation or as much hope for the future. And that's kind of my ask for you today and for this video. And I want you to to take the perspective of mourning a loss, because we all are. And I'm not sure how many of us are actually taking the time to identify it as a loss, identify how we're feeling about losing that past life, and about sharing appreciation for the things that really mattered and the things that you loved about that, so that you can add them back in the ways that you want to as you move forward. As always, if you are struggling and want to have a conversation, or if you're hopeful and you want to have a conversation about how you can make a difference in the future and what your better place may look like, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here. We have 3 other amazing consultants that are here to have those conversations. And then be on the lookout for some amazing videos that are going to come out from other individuals in the difference makers community, of other difference makers, that are just going to be discussions and conversations around what they're doing that's working, and discoveries and insights and vulnerable moments and shared authenticity. And I'm really looking forward to giving those to you, because now is not a time we have enough information to filter through and to try to make reasonable decisions, but now is a time to kind of create space and align ourselves with individuals in our community that we can collaborate with and that can provide solutions. And perhaps something that they share about how they're feeling or how they're handling this situation will provide a solution for you and how you can move forward and make a difference. So thank you for making the world a better place, and I look forward to talking to you soon. And please stay safe and stay sane.